Hi, hello my dear students. Welcome back to chemistry class beta. Most of the students you know very well. In the last session, we have started a new chapter that is nothing but structure of atom. So in that first class, we have clearly studied about the Dalton's atomic theory. Who proposed and what are the postulates with merits and demerits. So each and every information about the Dalton's atomic theory we have seen clearly in the first video class. And in the second video class, I am going to explain about the modern atomic theory. Okay, na beta? Right. So before going to explain about this, once again, I want to revise about the Dalton's atomic theory. Because of beta, in this small gap, so many new students are joined. Okay, na? Yes. So come on, yourself try to memorize what is meant by Dalton's atomic theory. What is the main concept of Dalton's atomic theory? Dalton's atomic theory that was proposed by John Dalton. John Dalton. What was the year beta? In the year of 1808, John Dalton, he proposed the theory that is nothing but the Dalton's atomic theory. So as per Dalton's atomic theory, John Dalton, he says that atom is the smallest particle of matter. And wonderful thing is, he says that atoms can neither be created nor destroyed. The meaning of that is, atoms cannot be furtherly divided into any other subatomic particle because of, according to John Dalton, atom is the smallest particle that cannot be divided into any other subparticles. That is the concept you have to be keep in your mind. Okay, na beta? And after that, here now we are going to discuss about what nana? Modern atomic theory. Which theory beta? Modern atomic theory. Right. But listen carefully beta. Modern atomic theory, it was based on number of modern discoveries. Okay now. So it was based on which type of modern discoveries I am going to show you. Modern atomic theory, it going to be depends upon modern discoveries. That means I want to say that some modern experiments. So which type of modern experiments? Some modern experiments I am going to show you. Means after John Dalton, after 18th century, after 1808, so many new experiments were discovered, invented beta. So based on that all modern discoveries. Let me write first of all what are the new things invented or discovered. Okay. In that number one modern discovery is, we have to say that radioactivity. Which concept beta? Radioactivity. About this you are going to discuss clearly in second PUC physics nana. Next thing is, one more new modern discovery is very important information, that is nothing but the Faraday's electrolysis. Faraday's electrolysis. And one more thing is, so about this Faraday's electrolysis you are going to discuss in second PUC chemistry level beta. Okay na? Here I don't want to show you. Actually here we don't need to discuss about this, but just for our knowledge, sir, what are the modern things, what are the modern discoveries? For that clarification only I am giving you. So one concept is radioactivity concept, one more is Faraday's electrolysis concept, nothing but flow of electron concept, and one more is various types of atomic models. I hope you may know most of the atomic models like Thomson's atomic model, Rutherford's atomic model, and Bohr's atomic model, quantum mechanical model, like that. So many new things are there beta. Okay, all of you? Yes. And one more thing is, I want to suggest you, that is nothing but the dual nature. Which concept beta? Dual nature. Dual nature of light. Light contain dual nature. One is particle nature, one more is nothing but the wave nature. सो लाइट का दो नेचर हो सकता, एक पार्टिकल का नेचर और एक वेव का नेचर. सच टू नेचर वी हैव टू से दैट ड्यूअल नेचर. ड्यूअल मीन्स दो नेचर बेटा. Okay, all of you? Yes. Not only this four beta, so many new discoveries are there. In this chapter only we are going to discuss some of the, okay, new things, Nana. Okay, you don't need to worry about that. So final thing is here I want to say that not only these four things, based on number of modern discoveries, finally, on the basis of modern atomic theory, we have a clear conclusion point. The conclusion point is, on the basis of modern discoveries, on the basis of modern atomic theory, this theory says that, this theory shows that the conclusion point is, atom is the smallest particle. Okay, accepted. But the concept which was given by John Dalton, that was wrong. So what he said that atoms are non-divisible, means atoms cannot be divided. But as per modern atomic theory, on the basis of modern discoveries, the clear conclusion is atoms can be furtherly divided into, atoms can be furtherly divided into three other subatomic particles. Atoms can be divided into how many particles, Nana? Three particles. On the basis of what, Nana? Modern atomic theory. So modern atomic theory main conclusion point is, you have to remember this only. Atoms can be furtherly divided into, again, three other particles. Again, three other particles. In that number one is, we can see that electrons. And number two is, here I am going to write that is nothing but the protons. And number three is, here I am going to write that is nothing but the neutrons. Okay, all of you beta. So the main concept of modern atomic theory, final thing, conclusion point is, atom is the smallest particle. Okay, accepted. But it can be again furtherly divided into three other particles. One is electron, one more is proton, and one more is nothing but the neutrons. And all these three subatomic particles, and all these three particles which are founded inside the atom, these are known as, we have to say that, this point you have to be focused, Nana. They are known as subatomic particles. What we can say, beta? Subatomic particles. And also we can say that fundamental particles of atom. So from now onwards, you should be keep in your mind, what are the fundamental particles of atom? What are the subatomic particles of atom? One is electron, one more is proton, one more is nothing but neutron. Okay, all of you beta? Right. Now listen carefully, sir. Where these three subatomic particles are located inside the atom. Okay, now where these three subatomic particles are concentrated or present inside the atom. So in the form of diagram form, I am going to show you the all three subatomic particles. So try to catch the information. Okay, beta? Good. So as per most of the atomic models, as per Thomson, as per Rutherford, as per Bose, whatever it may be. So based on most of the atomic models, we may know that, I hope, atoms are spherical in shape. Atoms are spherical in shape. In that spherical shape atom, centrally there will be a positively charged small density area. Such a small positively charged area is known as, we have to say that, nucleus. What beta? Nucleus. And definitely around the nucleus we can see a number of circular paths. The meaning of circular path is, we can say that they are nothing but the orbit. You suppose this is nothing but orbit number 1, and I am going to write here, you suppose this is nothing but the orbit number 2. If you want, you can consider like this number of orbits we can consider, Nana. That will be depends upon the what beta is, that will be depends upon the atom or element. Okay, all of you? Right. Okay, and if you want, you can consider third orbit, again fourth orbit, that will be depends upon group or period, Nana. Okay, all of you? Good. So centrally there is a positively charged area. We have to say that nucleus. Around the nucleus, number of circular paths are there. We can say small n equal to 1, first orbit, and small n equal to 2, this is nothing but second orbit. So around the nucleus, circular paths are there. Such circular paths are known as, we have to say that, orbits, and also we can say that what beta, shells. Okay, now. And electrons, they are going to be located, they are going to be present only in what, Nana? Orbits. So electrons, they are present inside the orbit, and they are going to move around the nucleus, just like a planetary system. Okay, na beta. And remaining 2 subatomic particles, one is proton, one more is nothing but neutron. Such 2 subatomic particles we can see only inside the nucleus. So inside the nucleus, one is nothing but proton and one more is nothing but neutron, P and N. Protons and neutrons, these 2 subatomic particles we can see inside the nucleus, and electron is the subatomic particle, this one we can see inside the orbit. Okay, all of you, Nana. So this is a clear-cut structure of what, Nana? Atom. In that I have shown that 3 subatomic particles, electrons are present in the orbits, and protons and neutrons we can see inside the what, Nana? Nucleus. I hope you understand this modern discovery story clearly. Okay, now good. And listen carefully. One objective point of view information I want to tell you. Very important information. So in the form of note point we can consider this. Right. So inside the atom, not only these 3 particles, we can see some other extra particles also we can see. Again, that was on the basis of what, Nana? Modern discoveries, especially on the basis of radioactivity concept. So what are these some other particles? Along with this electron, proton and neutrons we can see inside the nucleus. Okay? Yes. So other particles of an atom. Other particles of an atom. Number 1 is, here I am going to show you, that is nothing but the neutrino. What beta? Neutrino. And one more particle also we can see, that is nothing but the positrons. 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 Okay, na beta? And another particle is, we can see that is nothing but the antiprotons. Antiprotons. And next one is, here I am going to show you another one, that is nothing but the pions, and one more is nothing but the, here I am going to write that mesons. What beta? Pions and mesons. So along with these 3 subatomic particles, we can see some other particles inside the atom on the basis of only modern discoveries. This one classification we are getting beta. Okay, na? But listen carefully. These 3 subatomic particles, they are stable forms. They are going to be exist for a long time. But these 5 subatomic particles, they are unstable forms. All these 5 subatomic particles, they are what beta? Unstable forms, because of they cannot going to be exist for a long time, because of they contain very short lifespan. The meaning is nothing but they are going to be exist for a fraction of second only. After that, we can't see their existence. Okay, and all of you. So all these other subatomic particles of an atom, they are unstable in nature because of they going to be exist. They going to be exist for a what beta? For a fraction of second only. They are going to be exist for a fraction of second only. Okay, yes. So this is the overall story about the. We don't need to remember this data just for objective point of view. What may be the some other particles of an atom? After what, Nana? Electron, proton and neutron. Just for our knowledge, I have given this information. Okay, na beta? Yes. So we don't need to discuss about these 5 particles, Nana. Our focus should be only on 3 subatomic particles, main composing particles: electron, proton and neutron. So now further explanation is properties of electrons, protons and neutrons. That one I am going to be discussed now. Okay, now better? Good. Yes. So the topic is now about the properties of subatomic particles, or we can say properties of fundamental particles of an atom. As you wish, you can write any heading. So in first column, I want to show about the property. What beta? Property I want to show in first column. Next. And in second column, I want to discuss about the first particle, that is about the electron. What beta? Electron. Yes. And in next column, I want to give the information about the proton. And in last column, here we are going to discuss about the neutrons. Okay, all of you beta? Electrons and protons and what beta? Neutrons. Okay. So let me give the symbols of these 3 particles. Electrons, simply we can denote by the symbol is nothing but E, but they contain charge -1, E minus. Protons we can denote with the symbol that is nothing but H plus. And also simply if you want you can write P. P indicates the proton. If you want you can write P plus also, as you wish. Next. And the symbol of neutron, simply we have to write small n, neither positive nor negative. Okay. For these 3 subatomic particles, let me give the first property, that is about the definition. Okay. So just one more definition I want to tell about all 3 particles. Let me consider electron. What is the charge? E minus. The meaning is nothing but what? Negatively charged particles. Negatively charged particles. Okay. Negatively charged particles are known as electrons, and inside the atom here proton contain positive charge. Means positively charged particles. Positively charged particles. Okay, now beta. Next, and in last column, neutrons. What is the symbol of neutron? The symbol of neutron is nothing but what beta? N. So is there any charge upon that symbol? No more symbol. So we can say neutrons are nothing but we have to be defined that neutrons are electrically neutral particles. In that manner, we have to be defined all three subatomic particles. Just on the basis of symbol only, we can give the definitions. Okay, na beta? Yes. Now let me consider what are the another names of these particles. Electrons always in the glass tube experiment, they will start from cathode and they will move towards the anode. So starting point is what? Cathode. That's why we have to say that electrons are known as cathode rays. So negatively charged particles, or we can say cathode rays. Here we can say that protons, they will start from anode and they will move towards the cathode. So positively charged particles, and also we can say that starting point is anode. That means we can say that anode rays, and they are having the charge is positive charge. Protons, they will move from anode to cathode in the form of a stream, nothing but in the form of a canal. That's why we can say that protons are known as canal rays. Protons are known as what beta? Canal rays. So try to remember both the names. And for neutrons, we does not have any particular name because of their electrically neutral particles. They will neither move towards the anode nor move towards the cathode. I hope you understand the story clearly. Okay now? Good. Property number 1 is clear. Next one is property number 2. I want to discuss about their discovery. About what beta? Discovery. So who discovered this all three subatomic particles? Let me consider first of all about the discovery of electron. Discovery of what beta? Electron. Electrons are discovered by, I hope you may know the answer, that is nothing but the J.J. Thomson. So who discovered electrons? J.J. Thomson. But after that, the name of electron given by the scientist. So named by the scientist's name is, we have to say that Z.J. Stoney, and also we can say that Stanley. Who discovered electron? J.J. Thomson. But the name of electron given by whom? Stoney or Stanley? As you wish, Nana. Okay, good. What about proton? Protons are discovered by the scientist. Scientist's name is nothing but the Goldstein. Who is the scientist? Goldstein. And neutrons are discovered by the scientist. His name is James Chadwick. Who is the scientist, beta? James Chadwick. And one more thing. Okay, who discovered? I have given the information. But discovered by what? Either by experiment or by doing some chemical reaction. So listen. J.J. Thomson, he discovered the electrons by using an experiment. The name of the experiment is discharge tube experiment. What is the experiment? Discharge tube experiment. And protons discovered by Goldstein, again by using same experiment. We have to say that discharge tube experiment. Sir, what is mean by discharge tube experiment? Nothing but in our language we can say that simply they are nothing but the glass tube experiments which they are connected to the electricity. About this experiment we will continue in next class. You don't need to worry about that. Okay? Yes. And neutrons are discovered by James Chadwick, but not by using glass tube experiment, not by using discharge tube experiment. He has given a new experiment. He has given a new reaction. So based on that reaction only, he discovered the what Nana? Neutrons releasing concept Nana. What is the reaction given by James Chadwick? Okay na? So listen carefully. Neutrons are discovered by James Chadwick. So he has suggested that first of all he has taken helium. What he has taken beta? Helium. What is the symbol of helium? He. Okay na beta? Helium atomic number you know that very well. atomic number is 2, mass number is 4. And next one is, here I am going to consider another atom, that is nothing but the beryllium. What is the symbol of beryllium? Be. Beryllium atomic number is 4, but mass number is nothing but 9. And listen carefully, I hope you may don't know, but 100% आपका mind में feed होना पड़ेगा. Helium, another name is, we have to say that, alpha particle. So from today onwards, you should be remember that word. What is meant by alpha particle? Alpha particle is nothing but helium particle or helium atom. So James Chadwick, he says that when alpha particles, when helium particle makes bombardment, the meaning of bombardment is nothing but dashing or collision. Clear beta? So when alpha particle makes bombardment on beryllium, automatically there will be release of neutron will be takes place. That is the concept discovered by whom beta? James Chadwick. So alpha particle, when they makes collision upon beryllium, here neutron releasing will be takes place. And try to remember, neutron atomic number is 0 and mass number is nothing but 1. In that way, we have to represent the neutron symbol. Okay, all of you. And along with neutron, here another atom going to be, okay, release beta, that is nothing but the carbon atom. Sir, how? Atomic number 4 and atomic number 2. Total atomic number is 6. Here is 0, remaining is 6. I hope you got the balance. Total mass 9, 9 plus 4 is 13. Here is 1, means the remaining is nothing but 12. Okay, all of you. So when alpha particle makes collision on beryllium, here you are going to get the subatomic particle, that is nothing but the neutron. Okay, this is the concept of discovery given by the respective scientists by using respective reactions and experiments. Next information I want to tell about the relative charge. Which information beta? Yes, next information is I am going to tell about the relative charge. Yeah beta. Okay. Relative charge, nothing but charge value in rough information, means roughly charge value we are going to be right. Electron, it contains the charge minus, means relative charge is minus 1 unit. Proton, H plus is there, its relative charge is nothing but the plus 1 unit. Neutron, no more charges because of electrically neutral particle, so simply we have to say that relative charge of neutron is 0. Minus 1 plus 1, 0. Now I want to write there absolute charge values. Absolute means exact charge values. So here I am going to write that absolute charge. Okay, all of you beta. So absolute charge of the electron is minus 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19. This is the absolute charge of electron, and this is the charge measured in unit. The unit is nothing but coulombs. And all of you remember, electron charge is minus 1, proton charge is plus 1. Means digit is same. The meaning is charge of electron and proton always equal. Just signs will be opposite. Electron contain negative sign and proton contain positive sign. Okay na beta. So here I have written absolute charge in coulombs. Same charge we have to write for proton, just we have to make the sign in opposite. So here is minus, here we have to write that plus 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. Here is plus minus 1.602, here is plus 1.602. Everything is same value. Again, what about neutron? Whatever that may be the charge of neutron must be equals to 0. I hope you understand this story clearly beta. Okay, all of you? Good. Next information is, here I am going to tell you that is about the relative mass. Next property is relative mass. Means what are the roughly mass values of these three subatomic particles? Roughly I want to give you. Relative mass of electron is 0.0005 AMU. Means relative mass or unified mass we can measure in unit atomic mass unit. Okay, and the relative mass of proton is 1.007 AMU and relative mass of neutron is 1.008 AMU. Okay, so in the case of charge, electron and proton, they are having same values, just signs are opposite. But in the case of mass, proton and neutron almost they contain same mass values. This point have to be remembered. Charge equal for electron and proton with opposite signs, but mass equal for proton and neutron like this one. Okay, yes, relative masses I have given to you. Now I want to give you absolute mass values, exact mass values in the unit is kilograms. Yes, absolute mass of electron now I am going to consider, that is nothing but the 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kilograms, and absolute mass of proton is 1.672 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kilograms. But mass of proton, mass of neutron must be equal in whatever that may be the unit. Here is in kg, same value almost we have to write for neutron. 1.675 will be here. यहाँ पर 2, यहाँ पर 5. But 1.67 is common and 10 to the power form is also same. So 1.675 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kilograms. If you want, you can consider all these three mass values in grams also. So what we can write? 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 28 grams. Why beta? 1 kg is nothing but 1000 grams. 1000 means 10 to the power of 3. So minus 31 plus 3. You will get the minus 28. Here also same thing. Minus 27 plus 3 means minus 24. 1.672 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. This is the mass of what, Nana? Proton. 1.675 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams. Again, this is also mass of what, Nana? Neutrons. Okay, all of you? So, relative masses and absolute masses of all three subatomic particles I have given here clearly. And these values you must require 100% beta. Try to remember this point. This entire data values you must require not only for this chapter, for most of the organic chemistry chapters and for physics also. For the calculation point of view, you must require this data. 100% you have to be made practice. Okay, all of you beta? Yes. And another property I want to tell you. Okay, na? Again, that is about mass. Relative mass, absolute mass already I have given to you. But another mass property I want to tell you. I have written here mass. Sir, which type of mass? Here is relative mass, here is absolute mass. Now I want to give the mass values. But the concept is relative to proton. Mass relative to proton. How? First suppose proton symbol is H plus. Atomic number is 1. Mass number is 1. So what is the relative mass of proton? 1 unit. And so many times I have told you, proton and neutron, their masses must be equal. So here also we have to write 1 unit. Okay, all of you? Yes, madam. Yeah. And what about electron? See here, I will show you the difference. Proton, neutron, their masses 1.007, 1.00, 1.00, almost all same. But here is 0.0005, very less mass of electron we can see as compared to the proton and neutron. So the concept is mass of electron is less as compared to proton and neutron. So how many times mass of electron is less? That is nothing but 1837. 1837 times mass of proton and neutron will be more as compared to electron. Okay, so we can write the relative mass of electron with respect to proton, that is nothing but the 1 by 1837. Means 1837 times its mass is less as compared to proton and neutron. Okay beta, so this table you must be remember. Actually in this table I want to add one more topic. The topic is nothing but specific charge. What is the topic beta? Specific charge. So for that specific charge you may require more information. You may require some more extra information. So that extra information we don't have the time, and in tomorrow's class I will start with specific charge information. So here I have given relative charge and absolute charge, but we have one more specific property is there, that is nothing but specific charge property. So specific charge and their formulas, and based on number of questions are there. So each and every information about the specific charge that we are going to discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay, now better. Finally, once again I am going to tell you, because of this is very important, Nana. Try to remember each and every point what I have given in this. Okay, what I have given in this table or chart. Don't neglect even a single point or single property for any property, any particle. Okay, all of you, Nana? Right. So we will meet in next class.